What's up guys, it's Birdman Nom and welcome back to Road to the D-12. Time for another episode, but before we get into the battles, let's do a bit of upgrading. So we've got some crew points, and I'm going to put them into reload speed. So we get our weapons back online quicker and there's less waiting around. Although you don't have to wait too much because I can fast forward it, but nevertheless it's good to have an advanced reload speed to a certain point. And now that we've done that, we're still level 1, so let's jump into a battle with these four and see how well we do. So here we are, we're in my Falco, and start diving down on a Nimrod. The idea here being to get the speed up, get in behind him and unleash these 50 caliber machine guns, the two 12.7mm or 50 caliber machine guns that are mounted in the nose of this plane. So I'm getting plenty of hits and he's not liking it. He starts to duck out of the way, but I have the speed so I can turn faster than him. And I bring my nose around on him, and as he thinks he's safe, he starts to slow the turn down, and there, boop, get him. And there finally get the kill. Pilot the hostile aircraft is unconscious and the plane was set on fire. So I speed up until I find this Chiker, and I start immediately trying to throw rounds at him, but I'm wobbling all over the place and he's going quite quickly, so I don't have much luck. He shoots down our AAA emplacement, but I go after him nonetheless, and he realises he's in trouble. That's why he's jumping or pulling his plane all over the sky. Nevertheless, knock his engine out, set him on fire. That's the end of his story. So now I'm checking to my right, having a look if there's anything coming in. Not too worried. Gladiator here puts itself into a climb that kills all its speed. I just start to loose away rounds at it until it sets on fire, starts to twist and turn and burn. Aircraft destroyed. There we go. And I move on to the next target. So diving down, some of the guys that were coming in that I was worried about are now here. So this Heinkel 51, nice and slow, is just chugging along, and I throw some 50 caliber into him. He loses his tail and he flies down into the trees. That's number 4. So now we've got a collection of pea shooters. I picked this one in particular. Wait for my ammo to come back. And I lose him, so I go after this one. Now, rather stupidly, I'm going for very long shots here and just throwing my tracers in his rough direction without any luck. So I decide to reload, at which point I could have had a lovely shot here, but I don't, unfortunately. And now I get my ammo back and I start to throw plenty of rounds into his wings and his body, fuselage, and he decides he's had enough and flies himself into our anti-air emplacement to get a ground kill and get me a air kill. So there we go, airstreak times 5. I spot another pea shooter here, already with someone on his tail, but that's never stopped me before, so I go after him, and then suddenly I've got a flood of enemy planes. I can decide between this Heinkel 51, this pea shooter I was going for before, or that this guy flies right in front of my nose, and I can't help but go for him. I mean, he was asking for it. So I'm desperately trying to get my aim sight to where I can get some good shots into him. I damage his gear leg, and then unfortunately he gets taken out by a friendly, so I only get the assist. Now this pea shooter I thought was in a dive, but in a climb, but he switched to a dive and flies past me, and I don't get many hits on him. So I curve around, trying to get more hits on him. Finally get into position and sort of throw the ammo everywhere, but into his plane. I get a few hits, obviously, but these pea shooters are probably the tougher planes at this level. My 50 caliber seems to take a little bit longer, and there you see the match ends before I have a chance to get the kill. But it's a good match nonetheless. I got 5-0, which is always nice because I don't have to pay any repair costs. And as you can see, I leveled up, rank 2, so I've unlocked the 2 G50s in the Italian line and a Heinkel 112. You can see there I got most assists, most kills, and most kills without dying. So here we go, I'll put the rank 2s in. And there you see I've got G50, Heinkel 112, another G50, and then the Falco's going to stay because it's, as you saw, quite a good plane. So next battle, I jump into the Heinkel 112 and dive after a Japanese reserve biplane, the KI-43. I pretty quickly set him on fire, but it looks like a wing fire or a tail fire, so I carry on going after him anyway. And there you go, got the kill. Didn't take long. This plane has a very high rate of fire, even though its ammunition is slightly smaller. Now, I've been chasing this guy all over the map. It's a Russian bomber, and it gets quite ridiculous how I've been chasing him for almost the bulk of the start of the game. So I chase him, get down to the base. Finally, round about here, when my ammo comes back, I managed to get a few rounds where they hurt and set him on fire. There we go. And then as he's burning and I'm shooting and he's giving up hope, he manages to die and burn into the ground. So here we go. We're going to switch to our next one now, which is another Japanese plane. This one coming straight at me. I decided to go straight at him. As you can imagine, this isn't the best plan. So we're shooting each other. He kills me, and then I fly straight into him. There's not much I could have done to avoid that, but it's a very stupid tactic to fly straight at someone. So I jump into my G50 with its 50 calibers, and there's a Japanese, I think, another biplane down there. Yes, a biplane. I curve around on him, trying to get some hits. Get a few hits there, but nothing brilliant because of the way it was going. And I assume he's turned this way, and he has. Perfect. So I curve around onto him. And then, without further ado, a few 50 cals, and that Japanese lack of armour is plenty to get the kill. So this I-16, I think it's an Ishak, is a Russian rank 2 plane, I think, similar to the one I'm flying. And he's quite far away for the range of my guns. Like the optimum range, I would say, is about 400 to 300 meters. So running about now, he's good, but he's also moving around a lot, and I'm having difficulty staying with him. So I reload, and then chase after him, and then a little while later I get back into a shooting position. I'm trying to get the kill before this Heinkel 112 does, and I'm just blasting away, getting quite tired at this point because I've been blasting this one Russian plane forever, and he hasn't seemed to even, he's not flying any worse, nothing's happening, and then here we go, critical hit, and I decide that Heinkel 112 is so close to him I can't be able to fly after him anymore. So I leave them to get on with their little dogfight, and I go and look for someone else. But then, there it is, aircraft destroyed. Turns out he crashed and I got the kill. So here we go. You thought I learned my lesson, but no, I fly straight at this buffalo, shoot him, get the kill, and then turn my wing right into him. That's the end of this G50. So 2 stupid deaths, but a few good kills as well, and I jump into my next G50. I start racing towards this I-15, get some 50 cal into him, and I'm not going to make the same mistake 3 times. So I pull away from the head-on and curl back round to where I think he's going to be, and sure enough, there he is, coming straight at me. So I duck a little bit again to avoid, and then I see this I-15 and think, I've got to have that. So yeah, maybe a steal there, but these 50 calibers just rip through anything, so I let them off if I can. Another head-on, don't fancy it, I duck out the way and curve around. They're slightly slower turning planes, these big Italian planes, but they sure have plenty of firepower. So you saw I got the assist there, and now we're back in this valley, and I'm coming after this guy here, this I think it's an F1M2. And then you go, critical hits, aircraft destroyed. It was it's one of the Kingfishers, the American or Japanese single float plane things. So I'm going after, I believe it's a BB-1, that's right, Russian bomber, and the game ends. So I don't get that kill, but I was sure I was going to, because that Japanese biplane doesn't have the stopping power to steal it. So 7 for 2, another brilliant game, by my standards anyway, and I'm really enjoying this series. Next video is going to be in the new updated version, so look forward to that. Let me know if you like this or comment on it, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Bye.